What is up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? It is Arso here, and I hope you're having a great day. Today's video, we're actually going to be talking about Tom Clancy's The Division. The brand new story trailer with the release date of the beta came out. And yeah, we're going to be breaking that video down. We're going to really look into it, see any things. Maybe there's some details that we have missed. So I'm going to be doing that with you guys today. And as you can already tell by my voice, I do have my new microphone, which really is a good step up for this channel. I really needed one, and it's something that I'm really glad I finally have. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get right into this. So the first sequence that we see there is this guy literally getting shot in the head. The sequence follows into these people beating up a poor guy in the streets. An explosion follows, and this woman pulls out a baseball bat. I am not 100% certain, but I'm pretty sure the actual lady is part of the Hyena faction. What's interesting about this sequence, though, is the explosion comes out from the street, so I'm wondering if there's anything that happens there. Is this a story mission? Is this something that's just a regular random event? Does this actual bomb sometimes trigger? Is there like something that triggers it? So yeah, we have yet to see and understand why, but the actual woman is part of a new faction, which we've yet to discover. I do not know the name. If any of you guys actually do have the list of names of the faction of the game, please let me know in the comments. That would be very nice. But yeah, they're a new faction. They look to be wearing these kind of sportswear of like FBI uniform, I mean SWAT uniform, which is kind of interesting because it's a brand new take. And as you guys know, the Division 2 takes part in Washington in the summer, and so therefore the overall weather is much warmer and people do not wear as much as coats and overall big uniform. The next sequence actually shows us the Division agents heading towards the Lincoln Memorial, maybe a mission or anything. That's just a pretty damn cool location. Then we actually see the big ass plane, which I'm pretty sure is the actual plane from the gameplay reveal trailer at the E3 conference. That looks to be the case, although I do not remember it to be so close to the Capitol. But yeah, pretty insane view there again. The scene is actually followed by more violence here and there again. This game is actually pretty brutal when you compare it to the previous one. I'm guessing this is just what the actual vibe is to the game now. It's heading towards a civil war, so I understand it. But I see a lot more violence than in the previous one, unless I'm just mistaken here. There again, I think it might be a new faction. Not 100% sure. It might be the same previous faction we saw previously in the other sequence. But there you go, just more violence. The next scene is where it's very interesting because we get to look at the actual White House, which seems to be having a lot of trouble and damage. A lot of people hanging around as well, a lot of enemies. So that's really interesting. Then more scenery and more talking, more people interacting. I'm guessing the story may be actually a bit more important this time around because the story of the first game was not that important, not that compelling, just basically save people around. But I'm guessing here and there from the trailer, there seems to be having a lot more characters with more depth. In this scene though, something very particular is a rocket that actually heads towards the player. Now, this is something that I've never seen. I don't remember having seen in the previous game, so I'm wondering, is it just me? Have I not played every single missions or DLC or something? Because I did play a hell out of the first game, so I'm wondering, is it just me, or have you guys actually ever noticed an RPG or rocket launcher in the first game? I just really don't remember. It feels like it's been a good 2 years or almost since I've played it. So yeah, I do not remember ever seeing RPGs getting shot at me in the first game. And if this is the case around the second game, that could be a very interesting gameplay component. Getting shot from an RPG and taking more than 60 or 70% damage in one hit is a very solid damage to your health. Not only that, but could it be an actual new weapon? Could we now have actual RPGs? And, you know, overall just launchers and stuff that deals a lot more damage, such as, you know, overall snipers and stuff like that. So that's very interesting to me, and I cannot wait to see that. The scene is then followed by people just hugging each other and taking care of each other. Nothing really, you know, important here. If you guys are familiar with the first game, there was the HQ. We could go there and interact with people. So yeah, nothing really, you know, major here. A little thing here actually piqued my interest in the next shot is the fact that there's a frog actually just wandering around in the combat field. And I'm pretty actually interested in the fact that, is there going to be a bit more variety as far as animal in the game? Is there going to be a bit more wildlife? Because I do not remember in the first game of there being any animals. If there was, that would be like rats or stuff like that. But in this game, as you guys may or may not know, there's a lot more wilderness to it. So I'm wondering, is there going to be a bit more, you know, actual animals to interact with, or maybe to hunt? I really don't think so, but if that were to be the case, that would be pretty damn cool. The actual next shot shows us players heading into danger, which seems to be something very not good for them at least. They're engaging enemies, of course, and just more combat. The combat this time around seems to be a lot more open compared to the confined streets of New York, so that's pretty damn cool, expecting more long-range combat. Then we actually see two girls, who are actually heading there again into combat, looking to be in pretty damn solid danger. The thing that's interesting here is the actual fog and the rain. The intensity of both of them combined is adding a very compelling element to this mission. So I'm actually wondering if every single mission will have a specific environment / weather effect, and if that's the case, how it will apply to the mission themselves. So that's pretty interesting. On to the next shot, we actually really get to see a good shot at the violence and the brutality of the hyenas, which is one of the factions of the game. I will be breaking down each faction in a separate video, but there again we see another guy part of the outcast faction, which is literally just breaking down this window, which seems to be sort of a it kind of looks to be a copy-paste element of the zombie in Call of Duty in a way, like how you just break windows and enter and get attacked by enemies. The next shot here actually shows us a player entering a dark basement, lots of lots of dead bodies. Then follows a shot with 3 actual soldiers looking to be affiliated with the hyenas. You can tell by their bulletproof vests and their kind of color schemes on it. So yeah, they just look psychopath. They're just looting bodies and stuff on the ground. Very, very weird looking people as well, kind of scary. The next shot actually shows us these kind of weird psychopath looking people, which are actually called the Outcasts. They're part of this other faction, which I will also detail in a future video. Basically, you can recognize them by their yellow sort of looking attire. And yeah, they're posted in front of this, I believe it is the Lincoln Memorial there again. Correct me if I'm wrong, I am no expert into the overall American society and infrastructures and stuff like that, but I'm pretty sure that is the the Lincoln Memorial there again. And these guys are basically just spreading awareness of their weird religious beliefs, and which they actually just want people to freaking kill each other. It's kind of a very maniac thing. And yeah, they're just yelling, and I'm guess they're just, posted there as a sort of, outpost or whatever it is. Moving on onto the next shot, we actually see a guy, kamikaze, running towards the players, something that's very new and interesting to the franchise because it actually adds this kind of feeling that if you are not in a secure location, you do have to move around and, kill that guy because he will expose you to danger. So ultimately, you have to deal with him fast. The next shot actually shows us a new component of the game, which are basically these master weapons where you can have either a crossbow or grenade launchers and stuff like that. I'm maybe expecting a actual RPG too. But yeah, that's a new component of the game. Very cool, very dynamic gameplay as well. You can see these beautiful explosion shots. So yeah, I'm just expecting a lot of new components to the overall skill trees and gameplay innovations and stuff like that. A lot of actual interactable environment stuff. As you can see, the space shuttle is just literally falling down. This lady is using a actual drone, which is reminding me of this little kind of rolling ball that we used to use and just shoot enemies and explode enemies and whatever, set them on fire. Well, this drone is literally the same thing. You can actually see it also in the gameplay trailer. In this cutscene, we actually see again this character, which I'm guessing is going to play a very big role into the game. Could actually even might be the President of the United States or something, who is really talking to his people, which is very cool. Next sequence is these 3 players there again walking into danger. What's cool about this sequence in this shot is you will see this crossbow. That is, as I said earlier, a new master weapon for each specific classes and roleplay. As you actually get your own styles, you can actually choose your own primary master weapon. The players then proceed to go inside what seems to be the Capitol. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And there's literally just chaos everywhere. There's explosions everywhere. This game is freaking brilliant in terms of explosions. I'm just surprised it's not made by Michael Bay or anything. It's just so freaking chaotic all the time, which is really cool. This particular scene actually has one of the things I find the coolest in the entire trailer, and that is this little device that the player throws, which is literally a sort of mine that sets itself and just throws these kind of, I'm guessing, freaking metal darts or whatever they are. That's kind of really weird to see. They remind me of something. I can't really tell what it is, but it's just insane because it actually pierces through your enemies and just instantly either kill them or disable them. It reminds me of some sort of weapon of Iron Man or something. Regardless, it's fucking badass. We then see agents there again fighting for their life on the battlefield. And I want to point out here the fact how this game is just so open. As I said earlier, there's a lot of wilderness into it, and there's a lot of open fields into it, which will actually be a very interesting mechanic to the game. And yeah, that's pretty much it as far as the entirety of the trailer and the breakdown. The last thing I want to point out is that there are these soldiers at the very end of the video who come down the chopper. Now, they get told by this officer in the window to eradicate any agents of the division in their way. And it just, confirms my belief that these people are either some kind of a last man battalion remains, which I actually do not really think, but I think they are more likely to be the actual rogue agent soldier. You remember this first guy who actually was the first rogue soldier, I believe, from the first wave of battalion of the division agents in the first game. So therefore, I'm thinking he literally built himself an army, and there's going to be this sort of secret faction in the game. There are literally these rogue agents built up from the ground with his army, which is really, really, really cool. So that was it for today for the breakdown of the story trailer of The Division. Let me know what you guys think about the overall storyline of this game and what you thought of this trailer as well. Let me know if you guys are really looking forward to this game just like I am, and if not, let me know which games you're looking forward. Regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to drop a like, and if you did not, drop a dislike. I want to hear about you guys in the comment section down below. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
When your tears roll down your pillow like a river, I'll be there for you. But you gotta be there for me too.